So we will have 2 days of fun with the hard work, of course. Okay. And what is the fun? Let's learn. Yes. And we have Ayush sir here, who will be teaching us for the next 2 days. He represents a company called STEMpedia, the company which has done PictoBlox. You use PictoBlox, right? So he's from that company. He's the education program manager there. After his engineering, he's done his postgraduate diploma in data science. For the last 5 years, he has taught more than 10,000 students. 10,000, not less. So he has a good experience in teaching you all. And he will tell us more about what Codeavour is. You know what Codeavour is? Yes, you did participate last year? Yes. And this year also we are participating. And you are the chosen students. You know what is your role? You will be teaching the other Goan students. So you will learn from us today. Okay, you will build projects. There is robotics sessions also, by the way, today evening. Ayush sir has bought some interactive robots for us. We will do some hands-on robotics. We will learn from sir. We will build projects, and also we will try to teach our friends in Goa. Okay? And what will we achieve? We will try to achieve the best possible score for Codeavour this year, so that Goa stands on top of Codeavour. And you know Codeavour, how many countries participate? I think more than 10 or 20 countries, approximately. And imagine if Goa is like a country and Goa tops the Codeavour, right? And you are here for that role. You 40 students have that role to play. Excited to be? Yes? Over to Ayush sir. We will learn from Ayush sir, and we will also asking a lot of questions as Rajesh sir has told. Because asking questions, you should not be ashamed of. Don't be shy. We all are here to learn. And you already know how to program in STEMpedia, in Codeavour, in PictoBlox. It's not difficult. You already done your squares, circles, but we'll do a little more than that, which Ayush sir will help us. Okay? Yeah, over to you.
So, thank you to all the teachers and students who are present on this workshop. And it's an absolute pleasure to meet you all and listen to sir. And I must say, students definitely might have been motivated, but apart from students, I've also got a lot of motivation from you. And a lot of things which sir said is a true experience what he has shared. And I would like to add few points on that. Basically, you have to ask the question to learn, because whatever you are going to do is what you know. To know more, you have to ask the questions. Apart from it, if there is any doubt, anything you feel, whether it's a very small, from opening of PictoBlox, just in case of our workshop, but in life also, to your teachers, if you find any problem, and trust me, with my experience, like I can say, of course, right now 2022 is ending. So just to let you know, in 2018, I didn't know what is Control C and Control V. So how do we copy and how do we paste? So the important thing comes up in the life is, whenever you see a challenge, first, whatever means our mentality is, we see the challenge and we think, let's take a side way. But with my experience, and even sir told, whenever you see a challenge, the first thing you have to say is, I'm standing here. Okay, and you have to face it. Once you will crack that, and then all, like you can say, everything you have achieved. So with this, of course, we are going to start, and thanks Bogus sir, complete team of PMU, DTE, and all the teachers for having me. And definitely I will try my level best to give you whatever I have with me. Apart from it, I would like to first congratulate you, not for what you are starting, but what you have done in last Codeavour. So you can just think, as I was one of the judges to all the projects, so I have seen the capability of the students who are here, as well as all the Goa students. Some of the projects, to be very honest on this, is even we didn't ever thought of making. Like somewhere, like printing Gandhiji. Okay, so there are amazing capabilities in all of you. The only thing is, some of you bring it out, some of you keep it inside. So this time I want every particular student to come up with amazing projects. And of course, we are here to help you out. So this workshop will not only be, certainly I would be teaching, you would be making, and that's all. Every time I'm adding a blog or I'm adding anything, any concept, you have to also think where you can use. So you just shared some of the problems like electricity and water, okay, garbage. So every time you have to think, okay, this I can do, means like if I am going to teach you, let's assume a pen extension, because I can see many of you are using a pen extension. So you have to just think, you can draw item with that, but apart from it, what you can do? Where else you can use that pen extension to solve the problem? And that is, you can take it as a winning tip for the Codeavour, because we in the Codeavour try to give our students an opportunity to come up with their innovations to solve the real world problem. So I'll not take much more time on this and we'll start with today's workshop. So how many of you have participated in last Codeavour? Everyone? So I think you might be knowing a little about Codeavour, okay, and also it has been a long time. So I'll now give you a complete overview of Codeavour, because again, it's not about winning the competition, it's about coming up with a wonderful solution. And trust me, if you are coming up with wonderful solution, you're not only going to win this competition, but somewhere inside you will feel that you have solved a real world problem. And if that is really innovative, that can really change the thousands of the life all around the world. Because as you know, Codeavour is an international competition. So are we all ready to be part of this year's Codeavour? So do you all promise me to come up with an amazing projects, amazing innovations? Okay. So it's really important that when we are participating in a competition, that we should know the guidelines. So just give me a couple of seconds, I'll just attach HDMI cables and all, and then we'll start. Okay, so now we are going to give a little time to understand the competition and what are the important things we have to take care during participating in this competition. Because the first thing, because means this is my general idea, whenever you are learning anything or even you are listening to me for a single second, there should be two things which should be in your mind: why I am doing this and what I am going to do after it. Okay? Because if you don't know why you are listening this, there won't be of any use. So you should have to listen me carefully. If in case you have any doubts, feel free to put it forward. If you have pen and pencils, I can see notebook, so you can write also. Means you don't have to write what is in the PPT, but you have to write your doubts. Okay? So now we'll start. So of course we have brought again a Codeavour 2022 International, which is the biggest online AI coding competition for kids. This year we have an amazing partners. We have a title sponsors as Motwani Jadeja Foundation. We have of course our own STEMpedia, Art Park, which is AI and Robotics Technology Park in Bangalore. Okay, so this is an initiative of IISc Bangalore. If you have heard of this institute, this is one of the premium institutes all around the India, which is IISc Bangalore. The next we have a community partner as Niti Aayog, that is Atal Innovation Mission, which is a think tank of India. Apart from it, the competition is accredited by STEM.org. As I mentioned, this is an international competition. So we have our other partners in UAE as EduStream, Apex in Egypt. Apart from it, We have the Goa government, of course, you all as an education partner. We are more trying to get more students from all over the India as well. So this is an amazing opportunity for all of you to showcase what you have and also know about yourself, because if you are going to give a time to a certain problem, you will know better of yourself. So now, as I said, why I'm sorry. So the next thing comes up, then why exactly these competitions are made? What exactly is the aim behind them? So if you see here, basically these competitions develop the interest of coding, artificial intelligence and robotics. Also help to develop thinking, creativity, collaborations and communications. This is a very important skill for 21st century. Are we clear till here? So we know what is critical thinking. Do we all know that? Students, of course teachers know. Students, we know what is critical thinking. As I said, if you have any doubt, okay, so just write it down. Because you should know, means if there is something written, so it is something which you should know. Okay? If you don't know meaning of a word as well, you can even find it in dictionary, not a problem, it's not necessary to ask me. But you have to always keep noting. You will believe, see, I have my laptop but still I have my pen and notebook with me. Right? So you already have with you. So I'll just give you an idea what is critical thinking. So critical thinking is basically developing yourself to think in a way wherever there is a problem and you come up with a solution, and even when there is a real critical problem. So if you see in coding generally, you might have already done in PictoBlox, certain types of problem comes in and you are not able to think what to be done next. So that is a time where you apply your critical thinking. Okay, now you will try and test. So hit and try methods you might have heard. So one of the part is of the critical thinking is hit and try. So you start trying different things to solve that problem. Apart from that, creativity you already know. Collaboration. So I would like to tell you, actually I was working on a recent project and that was from the Amazon. So there, I'm sharing this very honestly. So there was one topic you can say on which I was working and designing. The topic was collaboration. So the thing comes up that do we really need a collaborations in innovation? So we all know what is innovation, right? That we develop something, we bring up something. So do you all think that collaboration is required for that? Say it loud, guys. Students, do you think that collaboration is required in every point? So the answer is yes. So all over the world as well, they are trying to teach collaborations. Why? Because if you think very critically, you can say, even I won't quote the names. Even let's take an ex-scientist, developed computer. Okay. So do you think he was the first person to directly sit for 10 years and come up with the computer in front of you? No, right? Collaboration only doesn't mean that working together. Collaboration also means taking something which has already been done, that sir was talking about ethics, right? So what happens is, any innovation, let's take it with a very simple example, pen. So do you think somebody who might have developed this pen was the first person to directly sit in a room and came out of nowhere after years that, see, this is a pen? This doesn't happen in real world. What happens is, someday a person sat and in his life he might have developed an idea of a pen. Then a second person, we started from where he ended. And why I'm bringing this is because you have already been part of Codeavour. So you don't have to start with very basic again. You have to learn from others as well. So you would be learning from others project, keeping your, means you have to keep your mindset open always to learn. So what happens is, in a collaborative environment, You take the knowledge from the already invented things as well. It's not necessary that you see. Generally, even before you can say 5 to 7 years, I used to think, and I think some of students would also agree, that we are in a life now in a space where everything is invented. What should we invent? Washing machine is already invented, microwave is already invented, fan is already invented, electricity is already invented. What we are going to invent? You might be thinking sometime around like sitting कि अब हम क्या develop करेंगे, सब तो पहले ही हो गया. So this is exactly comes to our mind, but from here only you have to think. Why I have brought this topic is, see, we have a fan, but it's not necessary that how much electricity it is taking. It is giving us a 100% output. Similarly, in every system, whatever right now we are using, from this microphone to the chair you are sitting, it's not perfect. So you should always keep yourself open to improve the already existing thing as well. Certainly what happens is we think of developing new, and we stop ourselves when we are not able to do it. But we can also have a mindset to innovate what is already there. That is with the collaborations. Now, develop a problem solving skill and innovation mindset, I think we have already discussed. Become sensitive towards the well-being of the world. Again, this is a very important part. I'm sorry. So, becoming sensitive towards the world's problem is, like someone said, a garbage. Garbage in your locality might not be a problem. Poverty in certain place might not be a problem. But around the world it is. And people are working on it. So you have to think that way. Right? Because I'll tell you, I think we will all agree someday in a month, generally we also go to restaurants, right? So what happens, sometimes we waste the food. Right? So now we have to think in that way that, as I said, the poverty is one of the challenges for the world, right? So you will see in a table, in a restaurant, you can think just 50 people are sitting. And just think in 50, even they are just wasting a quarter of a chapati. I think chapati you already know, right? So quarter of a chapati. Okay, roti ka 1/4. So just think in a 50 how much food is wasted. And do you really think if that food, of course, nothing comes up like हम उसमें क्या कर सकते हैं, हम उनको कलेक्ट करके किसी को दे सकते नहीं हैं. But you have to think in this way, there can be a part that will decrease the size of the chapati, we can decrease the amount of the chapati, means you can say the price of the chapati, we can put it in the standards of the food of the like Goa or the I should say central, right? So what will happen in this way, the food consumption would be, now I should not say consumption, but the food wasting would be limited. So in this way we have to always think of a solution wherever I see a problem. And I always recommend you nowadays, I think many or almost every time you have a mobile, you or your parents, to take a use of your mobile and write the notes on it. Now coming to the previous edition, you were part of it, so I'll play a small video. So this is now, I'll show you a video which will give you an idea how big the last Codeavour was, and of course how exactly students perform. Because as I said, it's really important that we work in a collaborative environment. Are you all able to hear this, right?
Codeavour is a fun experience. Challenge.
Amazing.
Innovative.
Talented.
Considered us interesting.
It was amazing experience.
Incredible opportunity. Beautiful competition that I can learn new things. Unimaginable and enjoyable. Learn me very things about the artificial intelligence and machine learning. It's really good to learn something new.
This competition gave me a very good opportunity to showcase my coding interest. That is my great experience and great learning participating in this.
Codeavour is fantastic competition.
Excellent.
It's a wonderful competition.
Challenging.
We learned programming that.
I want you all to focus this part very important. These are the winning projects. Although during the workshop we would be learning those things, that how exactly those projects were made. But you have to again, I would let you know about the projects, but I want you to understand first. Okay? So this was, I remember, was the first prize all around the world from India. Just a sec.
Excellent.
It's a wonderful competition.
Challenging.
We learned programming that.
Hello everyone, my name is STEMpedia.
Our project has decided to ensure safety on road and will notify his family, police, and the ambulance. The ambulance arrive immediately. Let's start. It's now. It's hot.
Hi. Hi everyone. My name is Fihan.
Changes on Earth is now added. Please show your book into the camera. That group is now added.
Please concentrate on driving. Wake up! Please concentrate on driving.
Hello, my name is
Actually, this is my favorite project, although it was not first.
Hello, I am Am. Hello, I'm Yi.
I'm Roshan.
I'm Abdullah here.
Alhamdulillah.
Hello, hi Piyush.
Alexa,
Hi, how I can help you?
open the window.
Okay. Hello, my name is Hala Amara.
Welcome. This is very dull. It is obvious that your name is Mike, tell me the time.
16:31.
My name is Medina.
So I think you might have got some ideas of the project, right? That who won. So some was like a fire, if there is a fire, so robot is going and just putting up the water. So I said one thing, there was one of my favorite project because it was, the student was very young. And he definitely came up with a solution, what was the problem he was facing. So generally, means I don't know right now how generally you set your bags. But when I was in school, so what used to happen, I used to have a diary in which there was a timetable. And daily morning I used to open it, find the notebooks and books, and I used to keep it in my bag. So I hope that still things are going like that, right? But the student, what he did, He used the machine learning, he embedded the timetable in the PictoBlox, okay, and then he just used to show the book, whether I have to take this book today or not. So he used to show, and if it is yes, so yeah, he used to keep that book into his bag. So basically, as per him, or I should say her, this was the problem for him or her. So this is the way we have to come up with an innovation. So now, this was the impact. So of course, you all were the part of it. So we had more than 69,000 teams, more than 1 lakh of students. We conducted 25 boot camps, and of course, some of the wonderful teachers and students from the Goa also conducted the boot camps for their own students. Apart from it, we had 68 plus countries participated in the competition, more than 607 schools, 55 training partners, 15 community partners, and we had tried to reach to more than 5,000 teams who were from the unprivileged area. Apart from it, as I said, we always believe in solving the doubts. Okay, so you can see we have mentioned one statistics, or you can say a number, that is 150 plus doubt solving sessions, because we know it's really important for students. Because see, as I mentioned, whatever I am going to deliver today in 2 days, you might be knowing that, or you might learn new things. But that is not what is intelligence is. We would be talking about human intelligence, but that is not an intelligence, right? If I tell you this is 5, and you know, okay, now this is 5. This is not an intelligence. Intelligence comes, I showed you this is 5, and then you went home and again counted from this way, and then thought, what would be this number? If I have 5 fingers in one hand, what would be this one? So this is here you think, you make mistakes, and then you come to us for the doubt solving. So this is what I would say about the last Codeavour. So now welcome to the Codeavour 2022, and now these are the themes for this year. So the first theme is save the environment. The second is strengthen the health infrastructure. Third is revolutionize the agriculture. Automate the surrounding and make the smart transportation system. So I think we have tried to cover maximum of the problems around the world. So now, again, this is the first step you can see where you are starting your thinking. You are starting your thinking that what would I choose here? So now you would search the different problems, okay? And you will try to relate your problems of what you want to solve with one of the themes. Now the second is, of course, this for the Goa students, of course, we have only one age group, okay? And in that too, first you have to register individually, and then of course you can later on make the team. The registration part I am not taking right now, because that is something we teachers would take care of it, will take your details and will directly register you. And will let you know how exactly you are going to access the material. Now these are some important dates. So registration was long back started. The last date to submit the project is 10th of February, and of course winners will be awarded on 28th February. But what is new in this Codeavour? Till now, I think you might be seeing everything like the last Codeavour, right? So this year, we are going to have a national level events. That means in physical, we are going to take you to the different places once you are selected in nationals. So we have Bangalore, Dubai and Egypt. So for the nationals in India, we are going to take you to the Bangalore. And that too not, I can appropriately say, I should say that you will be taken to IISc Bangalore. So I think you might have heard of IISc Bangalore. As I said, it is one of the premium colleges around the world, you can say. And they have the faculty and the students who are studying there have amazing thinking capability. So you would be meeting them, you would be knowing how exactly they have came up to this successful journey, so that of course you can be also work exactly like them. Now, the winners, of course, this is really very important that we have an amazing prizes. So we have 1,000 US dollars for winner, we have $600 for first runner-up, second runner-up would be awarded with $300. Now we have a special prize here, which is Girl in STEM Award. That means for the girls, we have a special prize that if in case you came up with an innovative project, so you would be awarded in that category as well. Now, we have one more special category, that is Best AI and ML Award. That is the best, means of course, right now if you think, we are going to use only PictoBlox for this competition. And not us, but all around the world is going to use the PictoBlox. Now the thing comes up with the limited resources, means you know everything about PictoBlox, AI and ML. The person sitting in, the student sitting in US also knows everything about AI and ML in the PictoBlox. Now the thing comes up that where you use that resource, where you use that AI ML concept to solve which problem. So this is why we have kept this special prize. Apart from this, we have Best Teacher Coordinator, People Choice Award, Out of the Idea Box Award, consolation prizes. So these are the prizes you can take in international. But apart from it, as I mentioned that PMUDT is an education partner of Codeavour, so we have a state level prizes as well. So it's really an amazing opportunity for all of you to be part of this competition and come up with an amazing project that would of course give not only give you prizes but the recognition in state level, national level as well as in international level. Now, as I said that why exactly you should participate. So sometimes what happens is we don't know from where to study, means when we are talking about the new subject, and sometimes even we think that is the knowledge, or I should say the things which are in the book is sufficient for me or not. I want to know more. So we are going to help you to get the learning resources, doubt solving sessions where our experts from artificial intelligence, machine learning, PictoBlox is going to clear your all doubt. Apart from it, we are going to have an expert webinar. So what are expert webinars? So basically in expert webinars, the experts from the different industry comes up. Let's assume we have a person, we would be calling a person from a logistic team. Okay, logistic, I think you already know shipping, you know logistic, how the courier works, how the shipping of the product works. So that is also one of, sometimes becomes an issue, right? So we are going to have someone from the different domains to share their knowledge so that you would be given an exposure not only to the things what you know, but also to the problems what industrial people are facing. Now, apart from it, we are going to have a wonderful learning resources where you would be learning it from yourself and of course with this workshop. We have 2 courses as well on STEMpedia website. If you get a time, you can enroll them for free. So we have Introduction to Programming and Introduction to Python. That too we have made it free for the Codeavour. Apart from it, this time we have came up with a new PictoBlox, or you can say updates in PictoBlox, which we want you all to know. So we have also started with Python. So how many of you know that Python is a programming language, or you might have heard of it? Okay, so that's great. So who don't know, I'll give you a little idea. So like right now, in which language I'm talking? English. So now, so all of you are able to understand, right? Because you also know English. But do you think if you talk to machine in English, like if you say that please switch on my laptop, so is this going to work? Of course not. right? Because we have not programmed that. So basically machine to talk means, you can say, to get an output from machine, we have to talk in a language which machine can understand. So out of many languages, Python is one of the easiest language where you can use the words of English during your programming. So we have also introduced a new PictoBlox machine learning environment, which I would be of course training you during this workshop. Now just a small video again to tell you about the Codeavour 2022, which we have covered till now.
For the fourth consecutive year, bringing you the biggest international AI and programming competition for kids, Codeavour 2022 International 4th Edition. To make kids aware and inspire them to brainstorm over emerging issues, to make the world a better place, kids need to build solution-based projects on the following theme: save the environment, strengthen the health infrastructure, revolutionize the agriculture, automate the surroundings, make smart transportation system. You can make anything and everything you want, from stories to games, from software-based AI projects to hardware-based projects. PictoBlox, an international AI education and coding platform. You can learn to code, animations and games, interesting projects based on AI, program actions for robots, and much more. With PictoBlox app now available on Play Store, you can even make your project for the competition on the go. Anyone above 7 years old and falling under 3 army or in a team of 2 with your coding buddy. Follow these 3 easy steps to participate.
I'm pausing it here because you don't have to do the registration part. Registration part is something which your teachers are going to take care. You only have to give the name to your teachers. Okay? Also these dates are updated as I mentioned. Now the last date of submission is 10th of February.
Participants stand a chance to win more than 60 prizes worth $20,000 in total. Along with the cash prizes up to $1,000, all the winners will also receive a medal, certificate, and the official Codeavour 2022 AI t-shirt. Participate in the biggest online AI and programming competition for kids with more than 3 lakh plus participants, 1,000 plus schools, 1 lakh plus teams from 90 plus countries. So, what are you waiting for? Registration starts today.
So this was all about the Codeavour. So till now, any doubt for any students? Any doubts? So how many themes do we have? Oh, okay. So what are the different themes? Agriculture, okay. Sorry? Okay, save the environment, great. Of course, health infrastructure, smart technology, okay, and automate the surrounding, right? What is an important date that we have to submit our projects? 10th February. Okay, that's amazing. I think you know the prizes, right? Okay, that's great. So now this was all about Codeavour. Still, if you find any problems, so you can note it down in your books and you can ask to me now itself. Okay, because this is a foundation. From right now, why I have showed you the themes, because whatever I am going to teach, those would be a concept related to a project. Okay. So now I don't only want you to think this way that if I am teaching you beetle in a maze. So I am not teaching you a beetle in a maze. That would be asked in your examination that after 5 days you will come back to examine and someone would ask, make a beetle in a maze, right? Why we are teaching you beetle in a maze is we want you to think it critically that how exactly I can use this concept in different domains. Okay? How I can say how exactly I'm controlling the beetle, how exactly I'm using the backdrop, and you have to just think this way that there are things, you know the problem, you can find out the problems, and then you have to solve those problems with the concepts. So are we going to have wonderful projects this year in Codeavour as last year? Everyone? Yes, sir. I cannot hear you guys. Yes, sir. Okay. Okay, that's great. So now in the next session basically we are going to start with the So in the next session basically we are going to start with the activity. So I can see you are very excited. I can see the PictoBlox already running and so many people